Is humanity on a path to knowing all there is to know about the universe? Or are we bound to be replaced? It's hard to think about our ultimate purpose when everyday life can be filled with so many hurdles. But that may be a mistake. Because taking the time to think about why we are really here could be what makes those daily struggles much easier. We all came from somewhere, and we all have somewhere we want to go. Psychologist Tony Burrow has thought about this journey his entire life, which began with his atypical family.
When I was 2 months old, I was adopted by 2 white parents. When you have parents who are of different racial background than you, it gives you a lot of opportunities to talk about race. I wanted to know, how do people who experience chronic forms of discrimination and oppression deal with this? And for me, this gives rise to questions of purpose.
Hiking is walking with purpose. There is an end goal, but that's not why people like Tony go through all the trouble of reaching the trail's end. Tony thinks that having a purpose in life is not only necessary for happiness, it subconsciously changes how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. Tony is a professor at Cornell University, where students every morning face an infamous challenge: a figurative and literal uphill climb, the slope. This 500-foot-long ascent is the wall between a warm, cozy bed and a long day of intense classwork.
So, a couple of semesters ago, a student came up to me after class and said, "Professor, I'm really sorry I couldn't make it to class last Tuesday." And he said, I really just couldn't get up the slope. I didn't have the energy. And I started to think about, was this a question of motivation? Excuse me, do you have a few minutes to participate in a study?
Sure.
As students begin their journey, he asks them what goal they want to accomplish that day. At the top of the slope, a researcher asked them how difficult the climb was and to estimate its steepness.
So we found a strong and reliable relationship between the angle that they perceived after ascending the slope and the degree of effort that they said was necessary to get to the top.
The steeper you feel the slope is, the more effort you think you've expended to climb it. No big surprise there. But Tony adds a twist. He asks some subjects at the bottom of the hill to write not about their goal for the day, but their long-term purpose in life.
The goal is terminal. It's something that you can accomplish. A sense of purpose is a broader framework that describes and orients how one approaches the goals that they've laid out for themselves. So we don't think of purpose as something that you can actually accomplish.
Students prompted to think about their life's purpose still thought the climb was just as brutal as the other group. But they didn't mind it. While the students contemplating their daily goals huffed and struggled, the purpose-minded group tackled the hill with a sense of purpose. Tony believes having a purpose frees us from feeling the full weight of the obstacles in front of us, whether a literal hill we must climb or a personal challenge we must overcome.
I think what purpose does first and foremost is reminds people that where they are right now is not forever, that they're heading in a particular direction. And just like when we're on a hike, it doesn't really matter if you're confronted with a challenge. The goal is to continue the hike. And for individuals who can cultivate a sense of purpose, they may begin to see other life challenges in the same way.
In our lives, having a purpose can flatten the mountains between where we are and where we're going. Are we here now, alive for a reason? People like Anne Frank and Nelson Mandela asked that question in their darkest hours. Their determination to make a reason for life gave them the strength to carry on and the power to shape the world. Life may not have one unifying purpose, but that shouldn't stop us all from searching for it, finding a reason, and believing in it may be all the purpose we need.